Welcome back to this space. Good to have you back. Today, our topic of discussion is savings. Yes, previously we've been talking about saving. When we were looking at apportionment of funds, we looked at setting aside a minimum of 20% as a savings, as a must. Yes, we looked at we also came to look at that income challenge, where we said if anyone falls under the income challenge, don't beat yourself up because you cannot save. And we discussed details of how we can get ourselves in a better earning position so that we get a chance to save. Those who have not watched our previous sharings, please refer back so that we are on the same page. Yes. Savings is the topic today. Lord, we thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for bringing us back here healthy, happy, joyful, and ready to share. Lord, we pray that even as we do so, may you guide us, that whatever we share, we shall put to action to the glory of your name. Amen. Yes, today we are discussing savings. And for starters, what is savings? What is saving? Yes, saving, in brief, is putting aside part of your earned income for a specific purpose. Briefly, that's how I can define saving. Yes, people that are working on every monthly pay or every weekly pay, depending on how often you are paid, you put aside a certain percentage. And in our previous sharing, advised that at least 20%. The higher, the better. At least for starters, 20% should guide our savings. But if you're not yet there, start with what you can. A 10% can do. A 10% can do. If your position, you can't yet be comfortable saving 20%, you can do a 10% as we are working towards a minimum of at least 20% of our earnings. Yes. So saving is very important to us. If we are to do anything, if we are to grow ourselves financially, we need to save. We need to save. Yes. And why would we save? Why do we save? We save for very many reasons. Yes, but there are very many reasons, but our focus, or the two most important reasons that I think are very important, why are the reason why we should save, more so for people who are starting out, is saving for emergencies and also saving for investment. Yes, as we shall see, there are more than that. Some people save for bigger purchases, like someone can save for a car, purchase of a home, bigger purchases depending. And we look at other people save for like vacation. Some people want to go on vacation and they target and say, this year I'm saving money to go for vacation. But the bit of big purchases and vacations and all those others come in easily when you've already handled these first two that I'm emphasizing: emergency and investment. I would not see it wise for someone who has not set aside an emergency fund for themselves going ahead to save for a vacation. Yes. And we are just sharing here. That's what I think people reason out differently. But if we are on this road to financial growth, then it would not be wise to save for all those other things before you put these two, before you build the two. Yes, as a must, what we are sharing today and want us to learn for all those people who have not. And as we are starting, the first thing to start with is to build an emergency fund. That is number one before we even go into investing, saving for investment. Yes. But those are the two, saving for one emergency fund and also saving for investment. Those are the very most important things to save for before the others come into play. Yes. But then there are these misconceptions that people get to have about savings. Before we go into details, I want us to first handle a few of them that I got to come across where people, and one of them is saving is for the wealthy. That is a misconception. That's not true. It's not only the wealthy. Otherwise, how would you grow if saving is for the wealthy? Or some people reason it out. It's you can't save unless you have enough money. You can't save if you're earning small. That is a misconception. You talk to people who have grown financially. They've started small, little by little, little by little, and they've got to where they are. So you can't say that saving is for the people is for people who earn a lot. That's not true. That is not true. And if we have it in our minds, let us erase it and start immediately to save. That's money that you think is little. Give it time. Here we are playing with a variable of time. You give it time. And you will see a year will end and you will not imagine what will be on your saving, where you're making your saving. What you consider little, given time, will help you do something big. So there is no reason as to why we cannot save. As we discussed later, we saw the reason that can hinder us from saving, and we try to devise means of how to get over that reason so that we save, because we know that for us to grow, we need to save, invest, and then start the growth. Slowly by slowly, step by step. Yes? Because that is a misconception I wanted to handle. The other one is it's too late to start saving. Some people feel like they delayed to save, so they can't start now because it won't make a difference. That's also not true. Yes. Yeah, whereas it's advised and very good to start saving when so early in your 20s and all that, because if you start early, even the accumulation like gets to be a lot, and it gives you a chance to get an opportunity to have a better stand when it comes to investment because of what you've accumulated over time. But still, we can start today. There's nothing like it's too late to start saving. It's never too late. Start today. We are in August. By close of year, you'll be happy with yourself. Yes, make that step. Start now. Start now. Save that 20%. Save that 30. Yes. Follow through what we've discussed before. Put aside that 20%. We shall see. Step by step, step by step. Yes. So let us know that it's never too late to start saving. We can start now and make a difference. So those are things I wanted to hand about saving. Which other misconception you can share with me? Which other misconception you feel like is hindering you from saving? We could discuss it. We could give it a sharing and see how we go about it. Because I believe it's never too late to start saving. And I believe that for us to grow financially, we need to save so that we can invest. That's where the journey starts. Because we shall all agree that we all don't fall in that category of people who like are in the in people who already in play, but based on family like wealth. There's some people like even before you finish, you have a lot of things waiting for you to start. You have where to start from. You're not starting from zero. Yes, there are such kind of people. By the time you finish school, a big company is waiting for you to manage. Yes, you already have family land to use. You have a herd of cows. There are those categories, yes. Yeah, there are some of us who are not in that category where you need to work out your way to build your own so that you also make your children not to start from zero, to build something for your children to start from, to give them a base so that they also don't start from zero. We need to start now. Yes, and I believe depending on our goals that we set, even people who are wealthy save. Because saving, it's according to your target, your goal. What is your goal? If you really have a goal to meet, you will push yourself to save. Do you have a goal? What is your goal? We are going to discuss that. I thought I would discuss it before even discussing saving, but like, let me first complete saving because it's among apportionment things. It is the last that I had not discussed. But we need to look at setting goals. We need to look at purpose. Because I believe if you know your purpose on this earth, which we shall go into, because even me, it wasn't easy for me to know my purpose, but you can easily get to know it. Yeah, if you know your purpose on this earth, it will guide you even setting your goals, because you will align your goals to your purpose. When you set your goals aligned to your purpose, trust me, you will push yourself to attain those goals. And then there is no way you will wake up and say it is at your discretion to know whether you should save or not. No, you will push yourself and find all means to make sure that you can save as much as you can so that you attain your goals, so that you live your purpose, so that you do your part on this world, so that you put a mark. Yes, because even us who are already wealthy, and when I say us meaning because I know there's some of us who are in the category of people who are already there, and us who are in the category of still building. Yes, all of us. We all need these concepts because even those who have the money, we discuss that money is not never enough, depending on your goal, depending on your purpose. So some of us are reluctantly seated back, comfortable with the little we earn because we are using it on ourselves. I'm comfortable, I have this, but is it about you? Is it about you? What is your purpose? What is your purpose? Are you living it? We shall go there. Let's go back to saving. But when we discuss and you get to know, you will know the kind of goals you need to give yourself, and you'll push yourself to save so that you are impactful, so that really communities, you impact community, so that communities are benefiting from you. so that you're impacting communities positively, so that you're touching souls out there, so that you're giving a helpful hand. Yes. And that I'm pushing to that side, so that even people who think that they are comfortable working, you can now cover your needs, you can cover your wants, you can save for vacation. You feel like you have reached, there's nothing more to it, you're comfortable. That's not all about life. Yes, but let's go back. So the misconceptions we've handled, those are a few that I came across as like, let us discuss these misconceptions. It's never too late to start. Let us start now. Yes. So we said saving, we are saving for two things for starters. Those ones who've not yet built an emergency fund, let us start there. Let us start there. Let us start with building an emergency fund. And what is an emergency fund? Someone might ask. This is whereby you put money aside to cover your emergencies, to cover those costs that happen when you're not planned for them. Maybe eventualities like what? Job loss. You might wake up one day when there is a restructuring and you've lost your job. Are you going to start from zero? That would be, that is a no. You can't afford to start from zero in case of any job loss, in case of any business, some business fail. Yes, but you're not going to start from zero. You have you have a buffer, somewhere to start from. So that's why we build an emergency fund. Secondly, emergency funds help us in medical emergencies. Yes, because we don't plan for medical, you don't plan for sickness and for what. So in case you get a patient that really requires a lot of attention, medical attention, proper medical attention come with lots of bills. You're not starting from zero. You have somewhere to start from. Yeah, those eventualities that just come up and you're not forced to look east to west. You have somewhere to run to. Yeah, those emergencies, like the few I've given, job loss, medical emergencies. Yes, that's why must have a buffer, which you call an emergency fund, where we can run to. Yes, and it's advisable that this that the our emergency fund should be 6 times your monthly pay or your monthly earning. Just for instance, if if you earn 500,000 a month, then your buffer, your emergency fund should be 3 million, a minimum of 3 million, to be a bit safe. Yes, it can be more, but at least let it be 6 times your earnings, your monthly earnings. If you're earning 1 million a month, it should be 6 million. And we are saying, let us start by building the emergency fund. Let us build the emergency fund so that when we are done, and for this sharing, let us take that we are going to use the 6 months, earning as our threshold for the emergency fund. Yes. So that when we are done with the emergency fund, then start building the investment. Start saving for investment. We can all do this. We can, and I'm here today. We are going to go into today. I want to just elaborate more about emergency fund, and then in our next sharing, we shall look at investment. Yes, and right now we are sharing of what can help us. What has worked for us, we share. What has not worked, we share. and all that. It's something you can use it if you feel it can work for you. If you feel that cannot work for you, yes, but try it out and see. So we are saying this time we are starting with building our emergency fund. Start now. Start today. End of August, your August pay, take off that 20%. And I'll refer you back to the video of apportioning our income. When I said 20%, you know it's not cast in stone. Yes? We say that the higher even the rate we can save, the better for us. Yes? So 20% we are taking it as a guiding percentage, minimum percentage that we want to use for saving. Yes? So let us start this month, August 2024. Put aside that 20% to build your emergency fund. 20%, 20%. Until we hit our 6 months buffer, the equivalent of our 6-month earning as a buffer for the emergency fund. The other thing we'd ask ourselves is, where would we put our emergency fund? How can we save our money for emergency fund? If I'm saving this money, where can I put it? I'll briefly share with you the kind of place that you'd be comfortable putting your emergency money. This should be a place with very low risk. I know some of us have high risk appetites, but not for the emergency fund. The emergency fund requires a place where there is low risk. Low risk. Yes. The other thing we have to look at when deciding where to put our emergency money is liquidity. How easy will it be for you to access this money when you need it? How easy is it? Yes, you've deposited it in that place, but now, in case you want it, how easy is it for you to get that cash so that you can use it? Remember, this is an emergency fund. Anytime we don't plan for emergencies like, yes, I know it will happen tomorrow. It can just happen anytime. So how easy, in case it has happened, how fast can you access that cash? So we need to get places where we can easily access or quickly access money when we need it. So starters, it must be low risk, a place with low risk, and then liquidity. Yes. And then the other third thing that would not be so important for an emergency fund, but still we need it, interest, because you wouldn't want your money to just sit there, not adding on. There is inflation, there's what, and then it is no. So that's why I would not, I would not recommend anyone to open their to put their emergency money on a savings account. That is me. I wouldn't. Yes, liquidity, yes, it passes. Low risk, yes, it passes. But interest, because that's also a factor to consider. Though the other two are the most important, liquidity and low risk. But also we put in the interest. Consider the interest. I would advise us to open up like emergency fund, to put our emergency money in like money market, in a money market fund. Yes. Because why a money market fund? It will give you reasonable interest on your money. It has a compounding factor. Yes, so these money market funds, at least the one that I use that I can speak for, is gives at least, is it like around 12% per annum. 12% per annum, approximately. I'll use that. Approximately 12% per annum. That is better, way, 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 way better than the interest on a saving bank account, savings bank account. So as you're building your fund, why wouldn't you put it in a place that is giving you that compounding interest? Yes. So that's why I would advise us, as me, but given our still you need to review it as you and decide where would you want to, given your reason. But given given the factors I've said, liquidity, low risk, and interest, those three can guide you on where you can put your money for emergency. Remember, this is not the money you're going to keep on withdrawing all the time. Only in emergency cases. That's when you run back. Meaning, if you have no emergency, this money is you're gaining interest on this money wherever it is, which is a plus. Yes. So those are the things I wanted us to highlight, to share today regarding saving, why we save, handling some, discussing some misconceptions that people discuss regarding saving, and also discussing the emergency fund. So on this our journey, we are saying, each one who is listening, do you have an emergency fund? Yes or no? If it is a yes, then let's meet up on the other part of the podcast where we're going to discuss the investment part. If it is a no, my request is that let us start this month. Let us start this month. Open your account in a money market. Yes, it's very easy to open, and with as low as 100,000 shillings. That's how low it is to open a money market account. Yeah. So let us go ahead and take that step. We shall discuss. Remember, 6 months amount worth 6 month monthly earning is our target for the emergency funds. So today end here. Hope all of us who have no emergency fund are going to take that step to build it. We meet again in our next sharing about investment. God bless.